WRG 94.9 The Urge, Hatfield's home for rock.
I'm Willie the Kid, and there's nothing you can do about it.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the JEFFMAN316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JEFFMAN316. I apologize for being a minute late. I was actually doing an interview that ended up running a little bit longer than I had planned. And so let me get everything set up here. We got that. I got the brand. Yeah, I think I got everything. So yeah, I'm coming in at the last second. I don't even have the movie queued up. I feel late. What's going on? Looks like we got Scott here. We got Doug, and it looks like Rick had popped on here. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Hopefully you guys are still here. I apologize for being a few minutes late. You too, Rick. I'm not seeing anything, and then you should now. And you mean pissed the Cowboys lost? Yeah, Dak Prescott basically gave the game away. So yeah, I reorganized some stuff behind me yesterday, so that's why it looks a little different. So let me get this damn movie queued up here on my TV. How's everybody doing other than the stinking Cowboys losing? If Dak had not thrown that pick and they got a touchdown, we might have had a chance there at the end. But either way, so we're gonna watch Bloody Murder, which I haven't watched this thing in years. I was gonna watch part of it over the weekend, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it's is this even on here? Is this it? That's Bloody Murder 2. It's so hard to find movies on here. Did they remove it? It's similar lighting. I took the lighting that I had and moved it, so it makes it a little bit brighter. So hopefully, look, it's not even coming up on my app, Bloody Murder. It did last week. Have they removed the movie since we were here last week? Because I didn't check during the week. And if it did, I don't give a shit. No, I have it ready. Is it on Tubi? Because I don't see it. Let me put my glasses on. Maybe I'm blind. I typed in Bloody Murder and it didn't come up with anything. I feel so, yes, in a green picture. Well, what the fuck am I not seeing? What did you type to get it in there? Search. BL. I can't type. OODY. Bloody. You said it's in a green picture? Is that it? This is the worst thumbnail, if it is. A fresh group. Yeah, that's it. 2,000 an hour and 28 minutes. I don't remember that being the artwork, but oh well. So what's up, everybody? I was interviewing David Sterling, the guy that I buy those Blu-ray box sets for, and it ran longer. I'll show you while mine's going through the ads here. I got this box set, Cult Classic Horror Collection. It's a bunch of B movies of his. It's got 7 different ones. We unboxed it and he gave me some feedback from each one. So yeah, it looks like I got the movie up now. So we'll do a countdown. Hey, Maddie's back. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I finally found it. Sorry. I hate being disorganized, so I apologize. Hello, JEFFMAN316. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. terrible picture, nothing like the DVD art. Yeah, I mean the quality of this movie is going to be shit because it's full frame, and it's from what I understand, that even the DVD is full frame. So either way, so whenever we're ready, I don't know, we can do a countdown. I didn't think it was it either, but I searched, it says 2000. Just watched it today. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll do the countdown and then we'll start it. We don't have to talk about this movie, but I thought it would be kind of fun because that movie is kind of cheesy, and there's a bloody murder too. And somebody, and I don't remember who, was it one of you guys told me there was a third one? And if it is, I don't remember what it was called. Maybe somebody can refresh my memory. It's a cheese fest, but I love it. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get mine started. So if we're all ready, let's go ahead and just start it, and then we can start talking. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time for bloody murder. Let's go. All right. Make sure I got my audio working. Film Rise. Is that who made this? Yeah, extremely VHS quality there. So yeah, sorry. I'm totally disorganized. Looks like a Dollar Tree haul. What this movie does. We're probably getting better quality stuff at the Dollar Tree now that Blu-rays are at the Dollar Tree. Some people are finding new drops, but it's like the same old movies. Anybody found anything new from the Dollar Tree? So been, like I said, man, it's been years. I bought this. If you watched my weekly movie hunt, I pulled out my old DVD of this because I was one of the ones I was telling you guys that I bought out that Hollywood Video, and it was one of those because it still had the little sticker up on the corner. I'm pretty sure I got the second one too, and then I think I got the same. Cody was mentioning it was in an 8 movie set or one of those sets. I think I got it again in there, so I own this movie twice actually. Is there anything special about it? Let's look on Internet Movie Database. The artwork on the VHS and the DVD is amazing compared to this. Bloody Murder. And why would they change it? Look at that. I mean, that artwork is cool. Look at that. Ready or not, here he comes. It's for, and the Blu-ray was Artisan Entertainment. You did good for 50 cents. Yeah, I know. Is it worth 50 cents? I don't know. That's so. Hey, we were talking about, there he is with the chainsaw, but I think they oversold his look, man. That looks like Jason Voorhees there. He kind of bulky and muscular. He looks like pretty weak on here. Bloody Murder 2, they changed the cover on Tubi also, and not for the better. Yeah, totally threw me off that was a different cover. Yeah, I remember Bloody Murder 2 having that hook on it, right? Yeah, there's the cover for Bloody Murder 2. So it's got him with like a mean hook type of thing on there. The second cut is the deepest. So kind of cheese there. So Cody, I was did you hear I was interviewing David Sterling? So he was a few minutes late. So no blood splatter there. All right, let's get this out of the way. Is there anybody remember what the best kill is? And has it got any gratuitous nudity in this thing that we need to be paying attention to for all the horror hounds out there? It's got a 3.0 user rating on Internet Movie Database. And the critics say it's a slash above. So, sex and nudity. It says a young woman goes take a shower, she disrobes, but you don't see anything from her neck down. Then this movie is hot garbage. Violence, mild. A young woman. Wait a minute. That's too much to read. Somebody named Doug is impaled through the chest with a dart. So we get to see Doug get killed in this. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a high school film or even middle school. Yeah, this is pretty cheese, man. This is like a David Sterling produced movie. I'm pumped to check out that interview. So it was a half interview, half unboxing. So I got that new box set and I was going to unbox it. And then I talked to him and I said, do you want to, like, as each one of them, I pull them out, give me a brief story. He not only gave me a brief story with those, but I got some extra fill in from other stuff. So And then he wants me to, there's a couple things he wants me to edit out of it. So nothing major, but just interruptions that he had. Arrow through a stomach and a slash through the neck. So this, they can't even get the 80s formula right. The Graveyard. That's what you were the one told me that. I don't, did we look that up? Can you buy The Graveyard? If I've owned Bloody Murder and Bloody Murder 2, I've got to own The Graveyard. Man, I talked for him for an hour, and then I was screaming how bad fucking Dak Prescott was playing before that. So I got to have something to drink. Cheese, it's Gouda though, is it? Gouda? That's some Gouda cheese we got there. Oh, you know, I had strung these lights up different before we went on, and I started to do my interview with David. Another reason it took a little bit. There's a strip right behind that Friday the 13th sign, and it was so bright shining over me, it looked like I was like an angel that was like with a halo of light around me, and I was like, "There's no way that I'm going live with that look on there." You on Amazon? I think I've checked that out. The Graveyard. I stayed up and watched the Great Muda's Bye Bye Farewell. Noah pay-per-view earlier this morning. Muda's thing. Akushi and Akira, all in their 50s and 60s, can still put on a good show. Yeah, I know it's pretty pathetic that they're better than some of their young stars now. Is the second any better? From what I remember, no. I mean, it's pretty much one big trope, but it's like I said, doesn't look like they got that right if they didn't get the babes or the blood. Shit. At least David Sterling does that. Hello, Jeff, man. Hello, everybody. We appreciate you coming by, man. I think the second one's worse. They usually are on these micro budget things. Why would they? Did the first one do enough rental business, I guess, to justify a second one? The Cowgirls lost. Dak Prescott played like hot garbage. I thought they were going to get blowed out. You can ask Cody. I was pretty much thinking that Dallas would lose like 31-20. I'm surprised that they held everybody in check, man. That was basically a defensive game. The second one was way better. So which is it? Is the second one worse or is the second one better? I also seen Missing Tuesday. I heard that was good. I really like searching, and I like. Here's the thing. I was going to do a video where I talked about some of my favorite, not found footage, but like using the use of computers and cams and stuff. But I don't know what that's called. What genre of film is that called when they have like searching or Megan is Missing, where it's got like a lot of computer footage in there? What would you call that? Is that have a genre name yet? With that cover art, I'm sure it's got some rents. Yeah. That's I guess they have to lie sometimes about that. At least like David Sterling and I were talking about his movies. At least they're B movie cheese, but he always can tell me when there's lots of babes and blood in it. As a producer, you know, he's usually proud about how many of these B movies that he pumped out. So I'm interested to see some of those ones in that box set. I'm not even a football guy. I just bet some money on the Super Bowl. I guess I'll have to root for the 49ers because I hate the Eagles. But I guess I'm going to probably root for the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl and win. I would save my money if I were you. I might do a review. Let's just say I didn't go to the movie to see Skinamarink, but I saw Skinamarink, and I was trying to think of something funny to say about how shitty it was. So I don't know. I was trying to think of like a funny bit to open up the thing with. The funniest word that I could come up with is "shit of mine stinks," is what the director said when he was making this movie. Slow is not even the word. It's like molasses mode, dude. And it's an hour and 40 minutes. It's painful. I'm all for micro budget and experimental and stuff, but it would have been better suited to be an hour long, like short movie, maybe even 45 minutes. Seeing the same thing over and over again is not, um, it's not scary. I mean, it's like Blair Witchy type stuff. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that. That's that M. Night Shyamalan movie. Is that what you're talking about? So we're going canoeing in here. Has anybody seen any of these actors again in anything else? So, Cody, you've talked to David before. The funny thing about him is he didn't want to talk and didn't want to do it. But then when you get on there, I mean, we tried to wrap it up at quarter till, and I was still talking to him at 1 minute after 10. And I told him I had to get to the live stream. You talking about what I was talking about? I was talking about how shitty Skinamarink was, how bad it was. No, yeah. So I don't know any of these actors or actresses from anything else. Maybe they were just friends with the director. David Sterling was telling me that in that interview I did with him that tends to be what he does is he'll get hooked in with some friends and then a lot of them once they make one movie they'll make a bunch of them together. Just as thriller and drama for the genre for films like Missing. What would you guys call it? Oh, here's your Crazy Ralph character. Like I love some of those movies that have like, people are either watching people online or watching somebody online actually gets the plot started. Like, have you guys seen Girl House? That is a really good movie that starts by somebody watching girls over cams in a house and ends up going to attack them. So it starts, with the computer online, voyeurism type of thing. What is a Skinamarink? It's the name of a horror movie that's out right now. It was an experimental film that cost like $15,000. Shudder, I think, is the one who got it made, and then it was only going to be like a 1 week only type of thing. What did it make $1 million in the theaters? I don't know. It made quite a bit of money, and then it'll be on Shudder in a few weeks, from what I heard. Strangeland was good. Yeah, is that one D. Snyder made or was in? A movie, The Den. It's kind of like VHS style. There's some sections of VHS that remind me of, like a couple segments where people are doing stuff with computers. Cyber, hey, maybe I should, cyber mystery thriller, like cyber horror, something like that. I might do a video of like my top 5 cyber horror movies. I have to choose which ones they are though, because like, have any of you guys seen Megan is Missing? That's a good one. A lot of that is online, and a lot of it's on cell phone cameras. But have I seen Fender Bender? I think I have. I don't remember. Captain Howdy. I'd rather watch a bunch of Captain Howdy videos strung together to make no nonsense than to watch Skinamarink again. And I didn't even know what it was. I mean, is it true that Skinamarink is from like that children's song, like the Wiggles did? This was 01, right? You talking about when this was made? It was either 2000 or 2001. It says 2000 on Internet Movie Database. Look, I clicked it again and it came up. How would you rate Bloody Murder? I'm not going to rate that one. Not yet. The looks like the lead actress's name is Jessica Morris. Let's see what else she's done. Anything good? Oh, she's in a movie that I just got from Horror Pack. I haven't watched it yet. Crabs. So she's in Crabs. The Legend of Fall Creek. Never heard of that. Let's go back to the 2000s when this came out. This girl's been in a lot of movies. She's got to have been in something we've seen. A lot of TV. She was a senior skip day. I thought she was in Role Models. Did you like the Unfriended movies or do they suck? I'm trying to remember, is Unfriended the one I like? Unfriended Dark Web is the one I like. Unfriended was okay, but once you know the hook as far as who the killer is, it isn't as good going into it. And isn't as tense. But to me, because I'm into computers and all that, Unfriended Dark Web, even though you get the hook at the end, it's fun going back and watching all the intricate details and how it's weaves into the final act. I really like Unfriended Dark Web. Yeah, it was 2000. Patrick Cavanaugh is in Agents of Shield. Oh, really? He's come a long way from this trash. That's what I thought of when I first heard of it. It was a song. Yeah, somebody told me it was like a children's song, Skinamarink. There's a cool scene in it that, well, cool is a stretch. Sorry, let me rephrase that. There's a scene that I liked in it that's got some toys, and one of them is that old little phone with the eyeballs. I used to think that was creepy when I was a kid, and everybody in the 70s had those like play school toys and stuff. There's a scene in that that's got a zoomed in on that. I'll just give you an idea of Skinamarink. I might do a review of it, but it'll be really short. If you were looking at me and you zoomed in like on the corner of my sign there that's got the arrow on it, but you still heard me talking on the side, that's how the camera work on Skinamarink works. Nothing, like it's all low level, like we're at a child's angle. So you see like up under beds, you see like corners of stuff instead of like the full height. It's just difficult to watch. Everything in this movie, the lighting has been bad. It's like really dull, like VHS style. Very funny. So they're faking them out right here. Oops. Shit, my mouse is not working. Is Captain Howdy related to Uncle Howdy? Probably. That's I'd rather watch Uncle Howdy videos all night. How do you guys think that if we watch the Rumble next Saturday night, how do you guys think they're going to do Bray? Like if he's in that match, that lights out match against LA Knight, is he going to be in the Rumble? And if he is he going to be one of the other characters? I mean, it was cool seeing Firefly Funhouse Bray, but do you think we're going to get the Fiend in that match, the lights out match? In screen, second screen, screen life, and digital terror. Digital terror, I kind of like cyber horror though. I want to be different. So would it be cool if I called it cyber horror? All part of the Firefly Funhouse. You think? I don't think he what? Cody's holding out for the mystery. I don't think he what? Be in the Rumble. I don't think so either. There's no life to the movie. Yeah, this movie's kind of boring. We're not watching the second one. You watch any wrestling, Maddie? Some of the rest of us like wrestling. With Cody was getting wanted me to do the live stream next week on Saturday during the Royal Rumble. I was thinking about doing it. That'd be 3 hours if we do the whole thing, though. We're gonna make that. Am I gonna be able to do that for 3 hours? I sometimes struggle with 2 hours. When something good gonna happen? Yeah, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe, man. That was pretty sad. I heard some good news that his daughter got the feeling in her extremities, right? If they / Hunter wanted the Fiend character back, it would have happened already. I wish they brought back. I don't know about that, man. This has been a pretty slow burn. Somebody making out outside. They getting ready to get killed for real. The girl at the end looks like she hits the dad, but then the dude says he did it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that part. This guy's creepy, like watching his friend make out with his chick. You want to smoke? No thanks. I don't want to be killed by the mass killer. You'll get killed first. Sorry, girl. And we get ready to get our first ad right before. Hey, Cody, you're like, is every time I hear Trevor Morehouse, I always think about Trevor Murdoch. You remember that wrestler? Yeah, I think the Fiend's coming. I think he's going to eventually be almost every version of Bray that's been on there. He was in the rocking chair last week. I thought that was cool. So Cody, did you say you didn't get that box set yet, that Blu-ray one? Because he thinks he couldn't even remember. He thinks one of my unboxing videos for the Claw might be on one of those Blu-rays, but he couldn't remember. That's all you see, not much to miss. Yeah. Oh, I remember him. He was in tag team partner with Lance Cade. Yes, he was. Trevor Murdoch. Isn't Trevor Murdoch in NWA? He was like champion here. I hadn't been that long ago. Yeah, you remember. I used to watch back in the late 90s. My girlfriend is playing No Mercy as we speak. I'm not as well versed, though. Do you have Peacock? Maddie, do you have Peacock? Because you could watch the Rumble with us and we could tell you all about the current wave of WWE superstars. If you don't like wrestling, usually the Rumble and WrestleMania are the two shows that are worth watching because you're going to at least get some good stories and good wrestling. And then the Rumble is just fun to watch. When I was reorganizing my movies, I set them a different way because I had another type of shelf over here and I put a longer one. I actually stacked them up like books, and I was able to get more on the shelf that way. Like I put this right here over my shoulder here is all my Jaws collection, all my different versions of Jaws, and then right beside it here, behind me, is all my Halloweens, and then Star Wars and Star Trek are right there. I know there's a Claw unboxing video on it. I show who it is. I don't have the box set. Really? Maybe it's mine. I can't stand Cody Rhodes. Why? Why can't you stand Cody? I think it's a great wrestling story, man. Him coming full circle and his dad being Dusty Rhodes. Don't have Peacock, but I can check it out. Look, they might give you a free trial of Peacock if you haven't gotten it for the first month. This is the time to get it because if you can get the Rumble and then Elimination Chamber and then WrestleMania, those are like the best WWE shows of the year usually. Any chance Vince comes in at number 30 at the Rumble? No, I don't think he got fired. I think he only came back as the real chairman. I don't think he came back as the chairman character. My internet kept looping you for some reason. Is everybody else's okay? Mine. I put a damn Ethernet cable in because my Wi-Fi kept fucking up on those other weeks and was freezing on me. So I'm actually using a wire Ethernet cable tonight. And I did that interview with David for over an hour, and it didn't go out any. My bar is closing soon, and I expect it to be supposed to be this Saturday. But once they run drinks, they run out because they're not ordering anything else. Well, that sucks. Is that where you do karaoke? He is a punk. Well, he ain't as big of a punk as CM Punk. If they bring back Nia Jax back in the Women's Rumble, I'll be so shocked. And I have not seen Dewdrop lately. Is she appearing? I don't know. They haven't said, but I saw a picture of her online, dude. She's lost a lot of weight. I need to find out what she's doing because I need to lose some weight too. Cody wrestling in Hell in a Cell after his injury was insane. Yeah, that match was so good for somebody who wrestled with one arm. It deserved like the match of the years that it got. Who's this chick right here that's in the canoe? Oh, she was the one that was getting lip locked out in the woods. Is he going to turn the canoe over on her? Yeah, Nia Jax is one of the biggest botchers in the history of wrestling. She botches almost as much as the women on the AEW roster. I don't care if it offends anybody, any AEW fans. Their women botch so much that somebody's going to get hurt. Rumble has always been my favorite event. Yeah, I used to always watch the Rumbles even when I wasn't a huge wrestling fan. I love the Royal Rumble. I hope Kevin Owens beats Roman. I don't think that's going to happen. I also don't think The Rock is coming back. I don't think he's coming back to wrestle, but I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock didn't come back and actually screw Roman over for the belt at WrestleMania, maybe cause him to lose. But I don't think Owens is going to beat him. Whenever they turn on Sami Zayn, the Bloodline, they better take advantage because that is going to be the biggest face in the history of wrestling at that given moment when Sami Zayn is actually attacked by the Bloodline and he's a good guy. I can't wait for the Rumble. Well, we're going to watch the Rumble. I want to try it one time. So next week's stream is going to be on Saturday night. I guess it starts at 8. And then we'll watch the Rumble together. Rick Hunter, yes. She's a throwaway character. Really? For better or worse, without Nia Jax, Becky wouldn't have become the man. That's true. But her botch ended up leading to something good, I guess. In the future, I think Solo Sikoa will turn on Reigns. He has the ability to beat anyone. I hope Braun Breaker comes to the main roster by summer on Raw or SmackDown. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Breaker wasn't in the Rumble. Trevor Murdoch is the champion. Dude, I swear to God, I think Trevor Murdoch was the NWA champion like during last summer, a run. Hey, you know somebody? Hey, Cody, if you're on here, somebody that I would not be surprised if they didn't appear in the Rumble. What's Mickey James's husband's name? The one that held the NWA title forever. His contract ran out in January, and they basically didn't want him on the show. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't show up. I'm an AEW fan, but I'm not going to deny your statement. Yeah, I mean, I think one of AEW's problems is since they're running it like from the fan perspective in the back, they don't put as much emphasis on safety and training. And I will say though, the WWE is overproduced, and they don't let the talent just go out there and have fun. But AEW is run a little bit too loose. Somebody's going to get hurt one day. The men are not quite as bad as the women, but they've got a lot of female talent that are not ring polished. I guess even Jade Cargill herself wasn't very polished, and she's gotten better over time. I mean, that's what it takes as a wrestler, just practice. The bar next door is renewing their license in spring. Dude, man, so all the bars around your area is closing. We don't have a lot of bars here, but the rent on a lot of businesses went up. They closed the Goodwill store, which I rarely ever bought anything from anyway. It was so expensive. Yeah, he was NWA champ. That's what I thought. Now, you can get Peacock for 1 month at least. If it goes well, maybe we can watch WrestleMania. That's it. Nick Aldis. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. Seen that AEW thing on short YouTube clips. They do the blood thing and want to be hardcore. It's not good. Yeah, I think they try to make a big splash with the women and have them bleed because nobody's doing. WWE doesn't do blood, much less women bleeding. It's a little overblown. So, somebody mentioned Dewdrop. Like I said, I saw her lose. She lost a lot of weight, so she's training, and she had gotten married recently. So I think she took some time off. So I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't in the Women's Rumble. Yeah, it was Ruby Soho was in a bloody match with the other girl. It was an okay match, and I think it's only getting a lot of publicity because of the blood. So, well, William Regal, I'll give him credit. He came back to the WWE because of his son. His son, I think, is starting to work in NXT, and he wanted to work with him. He can't be an on-screen character in WWE Regal camp for almost a year or so, but he's working behind the scenes as a vice president. And he'll help Triple H get NXT back going, is what I hope. Becky, what do you think? Becky's going to win the Rumble? Who's she going to fight? Is she going to fight Charlotte? I don't see her fighting Bianca again. I was hoping that Rhea Ripley would win and Rhea Ripley would fight Bianca or Charlotte. Tommy Dreamer. Well, don't cancel before next weekend. You need to watch the Rumble with us. Even if you don't watch it, have it on, man. It'd be fun bullshitting during that. Charlotte, Becky and Charlotte. Well, I hope Rhea wins the Elimination Chamber then and fights Bianca. I want Rhea to win the belt. Yeah, they said his son is pretty good and getting better, and he wants to help train him and actually to be there when his son comes up. I think it's actually what it's what Cody said. Nick Aldis, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's a good wrestler. He's kind of stale character-wise, though. He's like a man's man type of guy, like prim and proper English. Yeah, I watched most of it. I got interrupted a couple times. I mean, it was okay. I think I pretty much heard everything I need to hear about Ric Flair anyway, though. But yeah, I mean, it was really well done. I liked it. What time's the Rumble? Usually they start at 8 and go to 11. I mean, you obviously don't have to be here to watch the whole thing with us. The Rumble will be the last match, so unless they start at 7. Cody, does it start at 7? Oh man, I got some good comments on my nostalgic garbage. Did anybody watch that video that I posted? I can't stand that boy of Taz, Hook. He's so ridiculous that they actually think his son would actually beat a big guy. They always push those little guys against big guys, man. It's wrestling. Rey Mysterio fought Kevin Nash back in the day. That's fine, man. It doesn't make if you have a few minutes and you stop in, it'll be Rumble doesn't go on till last. It's probably won't be to 10 o'clock when the Rumble starts. It was nothing new for sure, yeah. Especially produced by, if the WWE had anything to do with it, they're not going to let too much get out there. 2 Rumble matches, yep. So the women's Rumble will probably be first, and then the men's will end it, I'm guessing. Flair is an asset in real life? Do you mean ass hat? So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I hear too many stories about Ric Flair coming in with his dick swinging. He's like rude. I mean, he became a character and then I think tried to turn into that character in real life. What's going on with McCain? You mean McMahon? Vince McMahon? He voted himself back in. He's the real chairman of the board now. He's trying to get some active people looking to sell the company, and they're worried he's going to step back in and do some day-to-day stuff. But I don't think that's really going to happen right now. It would be too much bad press with all the stuff he's got. I think he just settled one of his sexual assault cases. Gave a woman like $11 million. Yeah, Flair is a liability. I think that's why the WWE quote unquote retired him when they did, is they basically gotten to the point where they didn't want to handle him anymore, have to deal with him. Ironically enough, it looks like Vince was doing some of that shit behind the scenes himself. I don't hate AEW. I know if anybody watches this, they might think I do, but I don't like the way the shows are laid out, and I don't like most of the characters. So what I do is I wait and watch. When I hear about whether the matches are good or not, then I go back and watch the good matches after the fact. Yeah, I mean, I like Liv Morgan. She's really come out of her shell. She's a lot improved as a wrestler. But going into WrestleMania, I don't think they would have her as a top contender. She got her 15 minutes of fame, whatever you want to say. No, I wanted to win the Rumble, and then I would like for her to beat Bianca's ass. I'm tired of Bianca having the belt. I mean, her matches are so repetitive. I want somebody new, and I think sometimes it's better to have a champion as a heel as a champion, and having the face. It can really turn a face and get them back on track, having the face chase the belt. So having Bianca without the belt and trying to come after Rhea would probably help Bianca in the long run. I met Barry Windham once right after a match against Stunning Steve Austin when he was the TV champ. Barry was a great guy. I think I met Barry Windham. They used to have, I lived near Lynchburg, Virginia, and they used to have wrestling at the Lynchburg Armory. And then after they would go out and eat, and I met like the Mass Superstar, and I'm pretty sure I met Barry Windham there. It was funny because we'd always see the bad guys eating with the good guys, and my dad would be like, "You have to remember that they're different on television than they are in real life." I don't know, man. You really think they're gonna let Bliss win? Why did Uncle Howdy? Do you think did he attack Bray to try to put a jolt in him to like make him come around to see who he really was? Um, because if he's helping Alexa, is he trying to get them back together? I think Oscar should go to SmackDown and challenge Flair after Rumble. Who knows? Maybe she'll win. Hey, when Oscar comes back, I want her to be the character she was in New Japan with the clown makeup, where it was like reminded me of the Joker, where she would smear the lipstick across. I heard Infinity Pool isn't that great, according to someone posted that Films at Home commenting on saying sounds like his kind of movie. Is that one that's got Infinity Pool? Who's in that? I heard something about that too, I think. She hasn't done much in a while. Who are you talking about, Asuka? She's at home in Japan or wherever she's from right now. I watched her on YouTube. She does some pretty funny videos, and I like her. I think she's cute, and I think she's a good wrestler. I don't think she gets enough credit. She's trying to learn English, so I watched some of her videos where she's trying to mix English in, and she likes playing video games, so she's kind of a video game nerd. I really like her. So, but I think she's over there. She posted some random photos of her old gimmick in that clown makeup before she left going home. So I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't return for the Rumble because she was been home for the holidays. Yeah, Bianca's overrated. I like to see Becky or Bliss as champion. Yeah, Becky's a little overrated. I don't know if I want to see her with the belt again, but Bliss needs the belt and has been long overdue. Bliss getting the belt back. Bliss as a heel is awesome. I need to see Uncle Peckerhead. Is that any good? I don't even remember it. I watched it. I can't remember. It must not have been great. Yeah, Bliss. Mia Goth. That's who's in that. Yeah, thanks, Doug. Yeah, I heard that might be pretty good. I have to see it. Dude, I hope it ain't like that damn match that he had with Seth Rollins where it was in the all red. That's gonna be hard to watch. Maybe, like I said, maybe the Fiend will come back. And Mercedes or Sasha have never got in her character gimmick after what she did last year. I don't really give a shit about her walking out. That's her own personal business. But she had gotten to the point of just like Bianca with me right now. Her character is stale. She had gotten to the point where that ball shit and her posing and her matches were rent cycle repeat. She wasn't doing anything good. She can wrestle with anybody, but I'd gotten bored with her character. I haven't missed Sasha 1 minute. At least, and Cody will like this. At least when Bailey leaves and comes back or has an extended time off, she revamps herself or her look, or she, she doesn't. She says that ding dong shit now, but she doesn't go over top of it, over the top with it like she did when she was there before. So I was never a fan of the man character. Felt like it was shoved down our throats. I agree. Like she could be the man, and she don't need to call herself the man all the time. Here's the shower scene that you see nothing in. It's a complete fucking waste of time. Um, so I think they need to revamp some of these characters a little bit. They're getting stale. But yeah, I think Naomi's going to be back. Dude, she'd be perfect to be in the bloodline since she's married to one of the Usos. Have you seen the incident on an end of a mountain road? Very good movie. I don't know that one. I've never heard of that one before. Yeah, is that the one that was all in red? It was one of their matches that the red light was on the whole time. It was hot garbage. Flair's still pissed about the man slogan on her. Well, fuck Ric Flair, dude. I mean, he don't own like the phrase the man. Johnny Cash is basically who she's referencing, not Ric Flair. When the man comes around, she says that all the time. Ric Flair will do anything to stay relevant, and telling somebody in public that he's pissed that she's using the man and we're going to sue her is just a way to stay relevant. I don't know. I can't decide whether I want Bailey to be a baby face or not, or whether I want damn it. What do you think, Cody? You like Bailey? Would you rather her be a face again or stay heel like she is now? I would love for Bliss to beat Bianca. Yes, so would I. I mean, I don't give a shit who beats Bianca as long as she loses the belt. Bloodline will be done after Mania. Yeah, I think if Rock doesn't wrestle, the perfect ending to that match would be the Rock to come back and cost Roman the belt and basically put him in his place. On and off. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know that movie. I like her as a heel. I don't know, man. She's been looking pretty good lately. She worked on she's worked on her gimmick some, she's like trying to improve her look, and I mean she's a good wrestler, so I like Bailey. You like her as a heel? I think I like her as a heel right now too. Flair has become such an old, bitter old F. He is annoying and an asshole. Yep, I agree with that totally. He's a bitter old fart. I know you meant the other F word. Oh, shut up with that Kittle jersey. I was the one that told you about it. Well, I know you saw it, but we don't want to talk about that. I mean, that catch Kittle made today was pretty outstanding, man. I got to give it to him. It was a poorly thrown ball that he turned into a great catch. So they're gonna rip off Friday the 13th here in this movie. This I don't know if Peter's still on here or not, but I'll give him some props. This bloody murder back in the day tried to rip off Friday the 13th and was so shitty that all of the fan films that people are making now make this movie look terrible. Peter obviously made Roseblood. Masters of Horror Collection. What about Masters of Horror Collection? I own those. I've got those. Those are some good shows. Yeah, I mean, everybody always talks about that. How New Japan wrestling is kind of boring. They sit there on their hands the whole time. That would be a good match, dude. They better not let, unless Kyrie's going to eventually come back to the WWE. They don't need to let Sasha win. That was pretty lame right there. That arrow, that bow and arrow thing. It's a good thing we talk a lot during these live streams because this movie is shit or hot garbage. Oh look, you've got mail. It's got one of those things where it took that long to download the email. I've seen some god awful movies over the years, but Infinity Pool has got to be one of the worst films I've seen in the last decade. It's nonsensical and experimental bullshit. That's what the person said. Well, obviously, they haven't seen Skinamarink because that would be the worst and most nonsensical and experimental bullshit I've seen ever. That's where that movie is. Really? Well, then I've probably seen it then. I just didn't remember the title. Edge of the Axe. Yeah, I've seen that. I didn't really like that. Somebody recommended it to me, and I ended up not liking it. When I was asking earlier, before I got on with David, I posted a video earlier. It was where I watched the first couple of episodes of Velma and Night Court, and I thought they were hot garbage. So I was like, can they stop spewing out this rent cycle repeats of old shows? Did you guys watch that video? If so, what did you think of what my thoughts were? The film is so inaccessible that it might earn an F cinema score part 2 to what he said. Yeah, I didn't like that Edge of the Axe. It was okay, but that got highly recommended to me by somebody. I'm pretty sure it's the movie I'm thinking of. Let me look it up, make sure. I got something in my eye. Yeah, that's the movie I was thinking of. Yeah, that one. I wasn't a big fan of that one. Man, it was kind of slow. It had several boring parts in it. They should bring back Rusev for, I don't know, his gimmick name and that AEW garbage and Aleister Black. I think Aleister Black has had a lot of personal problems and they helped him along the way, so he'll probably stick with them. But yeah, Rusev is being treated no better than what was treated in the WWE. He might as well fucking come back. No, Night Court was great. I didn't think it was great at all, dude. I thought it was garbage. Dude, what did you think was great about it? Dan was pathetic. They didn't have any cool characters. Like the clerk guy is boring. The district attorney lady is boring or whatever. Dan is like a shell of himself. The Abby character is a boring version of Harry, just sweet and lovable. Like Harry was like way more than that. I don't know, man. I just thought the characters in there were a mess. It was so boring and predictable. Man, I don't know. That's why I said I'm not going to watch anymore. But I told people during the video, if anything after the first 2 episodes make turn where he turns a 180 and gets better, let me know, and I'll go back and try to watch it. Well, I don't know what their contract status is because I don't know whether either one of those would be ready for the men's Royal Rumble. Yeah, I know. She thought that he was going to come back, and that's why she resigned, and then he ended up signing with AEW. So. With that guy, the one that's on there now, sitting there talking to her, I don't, I don't, I don't know what. It didn't look familiar, so yeah, I wouldn't have thought he'd been in anything either. It was funny. Yeah, sorry, dude. I thought it was boring. I chuckled. Do you know the only time I laughed out loud is at the end of one of the episodes where they got the guy in the trench coat, and she makes a comment that makes him open it up, and Dan puts that folder in front of his genitals, whatever you want to call it, and then he looks down at it and then has to hit the folder and like open it farther. That was the only time I laughed out loud at that show. I didn't think it was funny at all. Maybe I've gotten too cynical. Maybe I don't know. But I will tell you this. It's not high quality, but I watched the first couple of episodes of the 90s show and I actually laughed at that because they were true to the characters. Plus, you get a couple of the main characters back, and Red is as funny as hell as he always is. So, um, anytime you can listen to Red tell somebody that he's gonna put his foot in their ass, it's funny to me. They were like most of the WWE pay per views for the last 20 years I've been watching them were always on Sunday, and for some reason, for the last couple like 3 to 6 months, they've been putting a lot of their shows on Saturdays. Well, no, they couldn't sue. He's a guy in a hockey mask that's wearing coveralls like Jason. I mean, like Michael Myers, that then had a chainsaw. So they took bits and pieces of all three of the beloved horror characters and bought them up into one. So that way they can't get sued because they're not. And plus, he's got gloves on. What is this? He's got a garden tool in his hand. I got to look up and see what time the Rumble starts. Oh man, it's gonna be hard for me to do an intro video. That WWE will sue me for copyright infringement. See, and Jason never ran that fast. He ran a couple times, but he didn't run that fast. This was the little part I stole from the clip on the internet. When you go to look up this movie on YouTube, there's like literally like no clips of this thing. Now, this is about the most generic conversation like slash dialogue that you've ever seen in movies. Was that a thing? Bloody murder? You hate Zelina. Why do you hate Zelina so much? I kind of like her. She's like not a bad wrestler. Do you like Grease or Grease 2? And which one did you like better? Oh, hey, ironically enough, I was flipping through my Voodoo account the other day and I looked up I guess a movie, and Grease was one of the ones that popped up, and I hadn't watched it in a while. So I started watching it and I got about 20 minutes into it and I got kind of bored. I'm not a huge fan of Grease, but I like John Travolta and I like Olivia Newton-John. So I did watch probably 2/3 of the movie. Um, I tried to watch Grease 2. I hadn't seen it in years. That movie is so bad. The songs aren't as good. I can't believe Michelle Pfeiffer was in that. Adrian's Med or whatever his name was. I couldn't watch it. I tried to watch it after the first 10, 15 minutes. Man, I just had to turn it off. I just, ugh. Bull with Richard Mall, he played in the movie, was it House? Um, so yeah, but he was kind of like the Lurch character. I always liked him because he was the one that was like the lovable loser type, like the conscience of the group is what I said. They don't have a good bull type in that show. I'm a tough critic. It's hard to impress me nowadays. I sometimes wonder why I see it in theaters, but besides the loud sound, big screen, and reclining seats. That's true. Looks like Neon Jason from Nintendo. Hey, that's true. I didn't think about that. They did sort of steal the look. And that hockey mask kind of reminds me of what they used in the promotional material for Friday 13th Part 5, but it never was in the movie. Who directed this bloody murder movie? I don't know. Did he direct anything else would be the question to ask. Let's look up. I'll see. It was directed by Ralph E. Portillo, whatever, how you pronounce that. And he directed See anything I've heard of. Nothing so far. Naked Lies. Looks like a lot of Skinamax stuff. Malibu Summer. Undercover Kids. Huh? I've never heard of any of these movies. Becoming Jessica Tate. The last movie was My Many Sons in 2016. Christmas Salvation Street is some movie he directed. Oh well, nothing that I've heard of. The following announcement is paid for by JEFFMAN World Order. That's what, yeah, the following announcement has been paid by JEFFMAN316 World Order for life. She's okay as a competitor. I've seen Scarlett Bordeaux, Karrion Kross' wife or girlfriend, wrestle on indie shows. She's actually pretty good. Yeah, she hadn't wrestled in a while, so I think she's just green. She needs to get back in ring shape if they're going to let her. But I've watched a couple matches on YouTube, and she wasn't bad. So Eddie Cruz is 1 and 2. Which one do you like best? Of course, the first one, but the second one is not bad. I've got that Shout Factory like double pack, and I watched that about a month ago. Both of them. I hadn't seen the second one in a while. I love the music in the first one. John Cafferty and Beaver Brown Band. That's an excellent soundtrack. And but the second one is not that bad. Most people don't even know it exists. The Skin Flicks. Yeah, he did, but it was random. Like he did all that Skinamax shit, and then randomly like was a Christmas movie thrown in there. Sorry, I was making stovetop popcorn. You're fine. I ate some popcorn earlier. I always like to snack on some. I get that light stuff in the little bags, and sometimes I burn it and have to do two. Even I don't. The thing I hate about microwave popcorn is I need to do some stovetop. Is you'll do microwave popcorn one little bag, and then you do the next one the exact same amount of time, and when it burns. Yeah, as I call it, Skinamax. I remember when they showed those late night cable. Yeah, I used to love it when my dad had a satellite, and I would get up and watch. They would all go to bed, then I'd get back up and watch whatever was on HBO or Cinemax late at night. He was co-producer for Fighting with the Family and Buddy Games. Buddy Games was okay. It was a little watered down for my taste. If Ed had done it and put a little edge to it, it'd have been better. I have the Shout Factory on Blu-ray. Do you have it on Blu-ray as well or DVD? I've got the whatever, if it was Shout, whatever that double pack is, I've got it on Blu-ray. Well, actually, I think I got it on DVD too. That was my Eddie and the Cruisers for a while was one of my favorite movies. I used to watch it quite a bit for the music, man. It's got some good music in it. They're in my rotation. I see John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band and Richard Marx back in '88. That's cool. Yeah, like I used to have Eddie and the Cruisers pretty much in my rotation. Um, I'm starting to get so many piles of movies that I haven't watched. I'm wondering. I'm on. It's a lot of those Dollar Tree ones, man. I've got an idea of how I can store those away in my basement without taking up so much room until I watch them. Um, I might do a video on that to give you guys some idea how to condense your collection now. And I've got 3 different ways that I'm starting to do it to try to just save some more space. Yeah, I like Fighting with My Family. I really like Florence Pugh. I think she's a really good actress. I love Midsommar. I want me some popcorn too. I wish I had a bag. Yeah, I always buy those little boxes. I'm trying to lose a little weight, so I don't want to pop a giant thing. So I'll usually pop the little the 100-calorie light ones, and then put a splash because it's a little bland with no salt or anything on it, and so I'll put or butter or anything. So I'll put a little bit of that shake like white cheddar stuff on it, and I got those things at the Dollar Tree that I eat my popcorn out of. I like that guy from Shaun of the Dead. Which guy? Buddy Games, like I said, was a good concept and it had a good cast because it had that Josh Duhamel, how do you pronounce his damn name? Dax Shepard and Olivia Munn. She's not in enough. It had the other Dillon, not Matt Dillon, had Kevin Dillon. It had the dude from Psych in it too. Paul was pretty good. I didn't mind Paul. Are you talking about the main guy from Shaun of the Dead? Simon Pegg, the skinny dude compared to the other guy? That Midsommar was weird and a cult thing. Didn't find it scary. Yeah, I didn't really find it scary, but I liked everything about it. The music was good. The cinematography was good. Florence Pugh's acting is amazing in it. It's got some really good, cool shots, like overhead shots. Um, I don't know. I like the aspect of, she lost her family and then they're trying to brainwash her into without her knowing it. Um, and then when she realizes it, she still lets it happen. I'm terrible about once I buy something, if I don't watch it right away, it goes on the shelf and gets forgotten. That's the way a lot of those Dollar Tree ones, dude. I just can't turn down a damn dollar Blu-ray. And then what I'll do is sometimes if I don't watch it, I'll listen and watch you guys online talk about it on Facebook groups and stuff. And then somebody will mention it, and then I'll go and watch it. But like I got some movies over here. I'll name some that I've watched recently, and you can tell me if you guys have seen them. It's gonna be some I may review on the channel. Can't see far away without my glasses. The Factory with John Cusack. Um, Really good underrated movie. I don't think a lot of people even know that it exists. I really like it. I like the concept of it. His daughter gets kidnapped. Fighting with My Family, Story of Paige. Yeah, that's the movie we were talking about. Florence Pugh plays Paige in that. That's a really good movie. It's well made. I like it. Hereditary was awesome. Hereditary was awesome in the theater. I about shit my pants when she was crawling around on the ceiling and we didn't see her at first. And my buddy and I leaned over and elbowed and was like, "Is that somebody up in the corner up there?" And then she moved and like spider walked like across the ceiling. Did I watch High School Musical? I'm weird. I like musicals. My wife teases me about that, but horror is number one. No, I mean, I think I watched some of it. I'm not big into musicals. It's very few musicals. You're going to laugh. I went to Dollar Tree looking for some movies because somebody said they might have got some new ones in. I didn't really find anything. And they had a set that had 4 musicals in it for like $10. It was one of those cool like Warner sets. I actually bought it. So I'll show that in a video coming up soon. Yeah, you got to have some popcorn and snacks for the damn Rumble. That damn thing's 3 hours long. Nick Frost, which one is he? Is he the heavyset guy? I like both of them. What's up, PR Movie Elite? Love your avatar there with old Michael Myers in it. That's cool. Number Station was a great movie as well with John Cusack. Yeah, I love most of his movies, man. I love 1408. That movie is good. He's a good actor in that movie. Team America is probably my favorite musical. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I guess you can consider that a musical. Yeah, that's funny. Um, I don't know if I've got a favorite musical. I like music movies like Step Up. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I've watched one of those, but I do like it's not a musical, but we were talking about earlier. I like Eddie and the Cruisers, man. That's a good movie. Uh I'm guilty of buying Dollar Tree movies and never watching. Finally watched Little Monsters from the Dollar Tree. Little Monsters is good, but yeah, man, I mean, you can't pass up. I'll go in there and buy like 20 movies, and the woman, well, I used to be, and the woman would be like, "Well, that's a lot of movies." I'm like, "Well, it's 20 movies for what I would pay for one at Walmart. So give me a break." It's great. Yeah, Grease is a musical. The movie with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. I mean, it's like at least one song in every major scene. Hey, that girl's pretty cute right there. What's she been in? So there's a lot of girls like changing in and out of clothes for no reason in the middle of scenes. This is like that's not the trope that you want. It's like a waste. I like Running with the Devil, Cusack and Nicolas Cage's Goat. Yeah, Running with the Devil. Hey, speaking of goat, what is that horror movie that I just saw a trailer for about something about a goat? Kill Her Goat. Kill Her Goats with Kane Hodder. Have you guys seen the trailer for that? That looks weird. Yeah, that Ari, I don't know. That movie looks weird. Like more weird than is it more weird or weirder? Weirder than Midsommar or Hereditary. I don't know what to think about that, man. And it's got to be pretty good is with Joaquin Phoenix in it. I don't know what I'm watching. This is how, hey, Maddie, it's funny. This is how I did when I watched the trailer. So I was like, I got home from work and I just had dinner and my wife and I were watching um, some videos and stuff. And I was like, oh man, they dropped the trailer for that Ari Aster movie. I need to watch it. So I watched the trailer and I get to the end and I sit there and I stare at the screen for a second. I'm like, I don't have any idea what I just watched. So then I started it over and she goes, why are you watching the trailer again? I looked at her and said, can you tell me anything that you just saw in that trailer or what it means and what the movie's about? I was like, that trailer was so weird. I haven't watched all of the 90s show, but I enjoyed that much better than what I saw of Night Court and Velma. It knows what it is. It stays in its lane and it's true to the original show. If you don't like that 70s show, you're not going to like that 90s show. It's not as good. The kids aren't as funny. Um, but Red and the guest stars in it make it worth watching. I love Red. I watched 3 movies on one day. Which 3 movies did you watch? Have I seen the remake of Valley Girl? Yeah, is that the one that's got the Jessica Rouse, so whatever her name is from Happy Death Day? That's not bad. It was not great, but it wasn't bad. I bought the collector Blu-ray at Dollar General and the Harold and Kumar collection on Blu-ray and Beer Fest for $6.98 and $4 today. Yeah, I went in my Dollar General, man. They had quite a few new movies. I mean, not new, but new to that store. Nothing that I didn't already have. So I recorded a video. Maybe I'll post that this week. And then the Dollar Tree, man, was dry. That nothing new that I didn't already have, and I did pick up like 4 things, a CD. So I'll probably post a little video of that. My neighbor is watching Peacock right now, WrestleMania 2. Yeah, man, I was back when wrestling is real, as they would say. Weird sounds good to me, looks disturbing. Yeah, it does. That kid, is that supposed to be Joaquin Phoenix when he was younger, or is that supposed to be his child? That kid looks CGI almost. Like it looks weird. Is that supposed to be Joaquin Phoenix? That's the one part I couldn't figure out from the trailer. Nicolas Cage's last good movie was Con Air. Now, come on, man. Willy's Wonderland or whatever the hell that was wasn't bad. Are they really doing a sequel to Face Off? I heard they may be doing a sequel to Face Off. Let's look at his let's look at what Nicolas Cage made since Con Air. It's 1,000 movies that came out in Walmart. So we weren't gonna go that far back. Gone in 60 Seconds was good. Adaptation was not bad. National Treasure movies aren't bad. The Wicker Man. Next. Hey, I forgot he played Fu Manchu in Grinning Grindhouse. Next is actually not bad. I like Next, and I'm not a big Jessica Biel fan. I didn't like Knowing. I thought the end was wimped out, wussed out. Like it was like really lame. Kick Ass. He's good in Kick Ass. The Frozen Ground with John Cusack wasn't terrible. Left Behind was awful. Arsenal, no. Mom and Dad wasn't bad. Mandy was pretty good. Man, this somebody just making movies left and right. Color of Space was good. Did you not like Color of Space? Yeah, Willy's Wonderland was decent. He's got a new movie called The Old Way. I haven't seen The Ice Road. I might have to check that out. No offense, the Asian feller wasn't very funny, kind of annoying in thoughts of Bubba Hotep. I don't know, man. Bubba Hotep is a unique watch, man. You would have to really like that movie to like justify the 4K upgrade. I don't think I would. I think I'm fine with my Blu-ray. I think I got it on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure I do. Face Off was good. Yeah, I wondered how they would do a sequel to that. Are they going to reverse their faces back? I mean, like do it again? How is In Between Worlds? Is there any supernatural demons or anything? I don't know that I've seen that. Did I see that? Old NBA bunkhouse stampede matches, the scaffold matches, the Night of Skywalkers between the Road Warriors and Midnight Express. The old War Games matches are so great. The War Games matches are amazing. That's why Triple H likes those. I thought those scaffold matches were stupid, especially like that one where Jim Cornette, like they dropped him down, even though he was hanging off of it, he still ended up breaking a bone. I thought that was stupid. Better than WWF in the 80s. Yeah, the WWF was a big cartoon. It was basically Hulk Hogan's rock and wrestling in real life. Treasure was a good movie, but not as good. No, I agree with that. Phenom Forever. Hey, Jeff, what's going on, brother? We were talking about earlier today when one of your messages on my videos. I think we are going to watch the Rumble next Saturday night. So let's confirm it. The Rumble is Saturday night, right? Royal Rumble 2023 Peacock. It's Saturday at 8 p.m. I'm not watching the pre-show. We don't have to watch. We don't have to get up and watch that together on here. What's up, Jeff? Man, hope all is well. I never promoted down there. If anybody wants to support the channel, you can do super chats now. Now that I've got the right number of subscribers, if anybody ever wanted to send me anything, before like I said, I'm going to start my Patreon soon, but before that, so hope all is well with YouTube, Mr. Old School. We were talking about next week. We're going to watch the Royal Rumble. Right now, it's pretty pathetic. We got Bloody Murder. I'm playing it in the background off of Tubi. It's been pretty cheesy. The kills are lazy. Don't have any really good blood in it. No good boobage from the ladies, as we always talk about. The tropes are not there in this movie. It's really pathetic. Unbearable. Yeah, Massive Talent is pretty good. I forgot about that one. We're really glad that you're our friend because this is a friendship that will never, ever end. I agree with that. We're really glad that you're our friend because this is a friendship that will never, ever end. If you could star in any 80s horror movie, what would you choose? 80s. Does that have to be 80s? I think I would like to be in one of the early Friday the 13th movies, like probably the second one. There's actually somebody who survives in that Friday the 13th. Was it the first one? When that red haired guy goes to the diner with the guy that runs the camp, he never comes back. But that also means he doesn't die. Was that in the second one? That was in the second one. So there's people that do survive Friday the 13th movies other than just the final girl. So I think I would like to try to survive one of those early Friday the 13th movies. Yeah, I sure did watch that Magnum TA Tully Blanchard I Quit match. Yeah, I've watched all those. We were talking about that the other week. I've got all those. I used to have all those old WCW tapes, and I watched them as I burned them to disc. Oh, don't tell anybody. That was before you could get everything off on Peacock. But a lot of that stuff's edited for content. Do I think they gave up on Ronda Rousey? I don't know. I think Ronda was so boring as champion, and her mic skills are horrendous. I think they're saving her for the Rumble and WrestleMania run, and I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't go after the tag titles when she comes back. Yeah, I mean, she's just more of a name. Like they wanted the name of Rousey out there, but yeah, her mic skills are terrible. She's gotten a little bit better in the ring, but not much. Even though I don't agree with all his thoughts and beliefs, Cornette will always be my favorite. Yeah, he really is over the top with some stuff, but at least he tells it like it is, and he doesn't sugarcoat anything. I'm a big fan of of Cornette as well. Plus, he was a good on-air talent. I don't like her, Jeff. Who you talking about, Ronda Rousey? I don't like Ronda Rousey either. She sucks. They didn't. They just needed. They wanted her for name recognition. It's kind of like Brock. They thought she'd be the female Brock, but she I don't think she just never did it for me. At least Brock can fucking wrestle. I don't remember. I probably do. I just don't remember it. What's the cover look like? Did I buy it in one of those cheap runs I did with Nicolas Cage movies? Let me look at the cover. In Between Worlds. Between Worlds? I don't remember that. I'll have to check it out. I might have seen that. Oh, I do have that. Yeah, I remember that. This is the cover I remember right here. I watched it. I swear to God, I don't remember much about it. Let me see. Where the hell did it go? Yeah, does anybody remember Amos and Andrew with Nicolas Cage and Samuel L. Jackson? Dude, can they I was watching it reminded me, do you think they can make that movie now? That's kind of racist, dude. That Between Worlds. Yeah, this is the cover that I recognize right here. I got that in the Walmart $5 bin, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I've seen it. I just don't really remember it. I think Amy still had a cameo in The Burning. She was the girl in the softball game at bat when the ball goes in the woods. Magnum TA match with Tully. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we talked about that last week. I didn't remember seeing her, and I forgot to rewind it. I didn't remember, but somebody else, was it you, that said she was in there? Maybe she did, and was it uncredited? Because I don't remember seeing her on the credits. Ronda came to WWE and buried all the talent. She's not good. Well, you have to remember, man. I mean, the writers buried the talent. It was because they wanted to push her because of who she was, but they should have realized she wasn't as good, and she never got that good in the ring. She never improved. I don't want to act in Halloween 2 or Friday 2, but not live at all, but not live it. Yeah, I would love to act in Friday 13th Part 2. That's one of my favorites. You know, with a name like Trevor Morehouse, the killer in this movie, you would think it'd be a lot better. Um, that's a kind of a decent sounding backwoods killer name. Yeah, I don't have any clue what you would do. Is he gonna swap faces with somebody else? Are they really gonna get John Travolta to be in that damn thing if they do? I don't remember. I wished I could remember that, Doug. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. You like demons and stuff, man? That movie has got some weird covers. I remember seeing this white background cover at Walmart in one of their slip covers. Vengeance is Born in Hell. So I got a movie in the mail that I'll probably unbox that I've been waiting for. It was one of those ones that I had in my Amazon list, and the price came down. Sure, she got her ass whooped in the UFC by Holly Holm. Yeah, I was watching that live when it happened. I loved it. I cheered out loud when Ronda lost. Loaded Weapon 1 was great. Yep. That's got Emilio Estevez and Samuel Jackson in it, right? Is there a Blu-ray release of that? The scene is coming up with the dad. Is that her dad? He looks pretty lame. Yeah, I think so, Dougie. We'll take a minute and actually watch the movie for a second, since we rarely ever actually sit and watch the movie. So here, somebody coming up behind him. That's the weakest or shot. That was worse than a WWE chair shot. That's it. That's it. I could have survived that. Yep, Emmanuel Nunez did whip her ass. I like Friday 2 better than Friday 13. I like to get the single steelbooks Friday 13. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to get them because I bought that damn Friday 4K. They movie collectors like me, they screw us over, man. It's kind of like a Terrifier, man. They knew the collectors would want the different versions. But I bought the Friday the 13th box set, then I bought Friday the 13th on 4K, which is not bad. There's some scenes that look great, like the outdoor shots, but some of the scenes in the dark, man, the HDR when I was watching it, it was like really dark and some scenes almost too dark. I had to adjust my TV. I love Men at Work. Isn't there a special edition from MDV Rewind coming out? Is it this week? I love Men at Work. I don't know why. You know, there's just some cheesy movies that you like and you don't know why. I swear it was like this week or coming up soon that it was coming out. But either way, yeah, I love Men at Work. Ronda's attitude is what sucked and looked so good on her when she got whooped. I can watch that head kick KO over and over again. That's the way I did. I watched it over and over again. Bloody Murder needs a remake. Yeah, it does. Like with a good director. Dude, she didn't even touch him with that oar and he fell down. This is booked by the WWE right here, this movie. This movie is so bad. Yeah, there is a in oh, it's already in stock on some sites. But yeah, MVD Rewind Collection Men at Work is out this week. It looked like she hit the girl's dad. He's not the enemy, he's a pizza man. Yeah, I know. I love that movie. It's really cheesy. Hold on one second. I'm gonna move my microphone. I need to plug my phone in. The battery's running dead. Hold on one second. I'm back. It's alive. My shirt cut me in the arm. But Patrick says he did it. Yeah, I found it at Dollar Tree on DVD, but I mean, there's a special edition Blu-ray. If I look at it and it's got some decent features on it, I'm gonna buy it. You gonna grab the fist? Mm. Yeah, I saw Bloody Murder too, like when it ages ago, like when it was on DVD, but it's been years since I watched it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. Cody, do you remember anything about it? Is it any better than this shit? Who's my pick to win the Rumble? I think it's probably gonna be pretty stale, dude. If The Rock doesn't come back, it's gonna end up being Cody Rhodes probably, or either that or he'll win the Chamber to get a shot. Probably Cody. Women, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Rhea Ripley or Becky, like Cody said earlier. I'll have to get it. Yeah, I actually have it on Blu-ray, but the transfer isn't that good. It's on a 2-pack with Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, the dentist double feature. Some people actually found it at Walmart last week, and I went into my Walmart and they didn't have jack shit if you saw based on my hunt, but I did ask and they didn't have it. Sammy? Really? Maybe maybe Owens could help him win. The second one is better. Well, then if we watch the Rumble next week, we'll watch Bloody Murder 2 on here if it's better, because this movie is not good. I mean, it's just kind of boring. I mean, how long are we gonna see people running with nothing happening? Well, I say it's terrible. It looks good compared to it's good compared to Skinamarink. So people are finding like new movies, like I said, in the Dollar Tree, but the bad part about it is it's the ones I've already found before. So are they just rehashing new stuff? I thought when I did a search, it was on there. We'll look once this is over. So it's got all the tropes. I don't know. I couldn't find damn Bloody Murder when I was on here. I remember this ending now. I hadn't watched it in a while. If Becky wins, she'll probably face Charlotte. I really want Rhea to win, and I want Rhea to fight Bianca. I think that'll be a good match, and I want Bianca to lose the belt. Monster Mania. What is Monster Mania? I don't remember it. There's a lot of older movies that get expensive once people find out that they're not, out in stores. What's Monster Mania? I think I know which one you're talking about. We get in the commercial now. The movie's getting ready to end. I think I know which movie you're talking about. I remember when Scott, when you was talking about Men at Work, I remember when all those MGM movies come out, that was the one title everybody was looking for was Men at Work. And like every store I go into had Men at Work just piled up. And I was like, did they all ship to the East Coast and the people weren't getting them on the West Coast? It's like a documentary. Hey, Brian Sanchez, did you watch my video to see how hot garbage I thought Velma and Night Court were? Is that why you mentioned that? You guys need to share that video. Um I need to start getting some hits on those things. Yeah, I see a couple of you guys did comment on it. I appreciate that. I always appreciate you guys when you comment on my videos. Elvira? Then I don't remember that then. It's not the one I'm thinking of. It's a rumor that Edge is going to fight the Demon in the Hell in a Cell match, I guess. Yeah, I mean, why would you do that at the Rumble? That's a WrestleMania match. So if they do that, they need to do that at WrestleMania. Did any of you watch Sick? I see the Films at Home guys talking about he's going to the hospital with his. I guess he's having his wife's having their daughter. That's pretty cool. I'm a big girl now. Okay, it didn't kill him then. Okay. So I was wondering if he got hit in the head and laid in that water. Why did he lay there upside? That hit was not enough to knock him out. Plus, he was upside down in the water. So I was afraid they were going to have him killed off in a lame way. Who do I think will go in the Hall of Fame this year? I don't know. Any of those number people you got right there will probably eventually go in, but I think they ruin it by having so many people go in every year. Didn't they say Or the Steiners went in last year. Was there any tag teams left? I don't know. Do they usually announce somebody around now? Yeah, I do hope that there's no reason for Edge to come back and not put over talent. Yeah, I could see it going either way, and then you could save the that way Balor and Rhea would win. But I really want Rhea to win the Rumble, dude. Too bad, no nudity. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, I know. Isn't one of them like a real asshole though, and shits on the WWE a lot in interviews and stuff? You give sick that high rating. I mean, I would be a stretch to give it a 6, maybe. It was kind of boring to me. I was really high hopes with Kevin Williamson writing it. Um, wasn't a lot of kills, and it was basically cookie cutter. Edge versus Rogan, Paul at WrestleMania, Los Angeles, and Brock versus Gunther, Walter. Yeah, I'll tell you that Brock versus Gunther would be an excellent match. Yeah, I do think the Demolition should be in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, though, isn't one of the Demolition members? Doesn't he shit on the WWE a lot? Midnight Express, although I don't think it will happen. Probably not. Logan Paul is a heel. Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, dude, that match with Roman was pretty damn good. I don't remember. Like, it's been so long since I watched it. I watched it back when I got the DVDs. I remember. I remember now how shitty this was because I remember getting all those movies at Hollywood Video and coming back and sorting through, and Bloody Murder, because of the cover. Like Cody said, the cover art usually hooks you. Was in this top, like a stack of my top 10 to watch. I remember being disappointed. Yeah, in my face, genitals in my face. We don't need male nudity in movies. I mean, asses are fine, but that's it. I don't need nothing else. Lex is in such a bad health on and off. Usually, I wish they would put him in the Hall of Fame so that he can actually be there and participate. You think you don't think Cena will fight Austin Theory? I'm fine with Logan Paul fighting Cena. That's true. Yeah, probably though because of Braun Breaker and Rick Steiner. That was the only reason he did. Is it as rough as Bloody Murder 1? Yeah, that's right. DDP was in there. Yeah, Liv Morgan ain't facing Flair, I don't think. I mean, I think she got her 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, no male nudity. If it says graphic nudity or extreme nudity, it's always male nudity. And we don't need male nudity in movies. Well, Maddie and other females may differ. I don't know whether because they probably say they don't want to see female nudity. I know females the way they might be like, oh, if we got to see male nudity, we got to see if we got to see female nudity, then why don't we get male nudity? But see, there it is. It says starting in 27 seconds. Bloody Murder 2 closing camp. So that I'm not gonna watch yet. That's what we'll watch 2 weeks. We'll Rumble next Saturday. I'm not probably gonna do 2 live streams, but yeah. And like anybody that's on here now that wasn't on here earlier, have you seen Skinamarink? Because yeah, I think it really is Skinamastink. I don't want to start watching that shit. Let me get off of here. Well, at least it did start the should I like or dislike that movie? I think I'm disliking it. And let me see if the other one is on this. Bloody Murder. Let me make sure it was starting and I should have. Let me add it to my list. That's what I'm going to start doing. Oh, I'm not signed in. Shit. I'll do that later. My mouse is messing up. No, it's better. You really think it's better? Then we'll watch it. Gilbert should be inducted. Be quiet, dude. You know Gilbert should not be inducted. Depends on the guy. Well, I didn't want to just talk about you. I meant just females in general. They probably think, why can't we get male nudity? Because we got female nudity. We need to be, equal. I wonder who Stone Cold will face at Mania. I don't know. Maybe Stone Cold could fight Austin Theory. Skin of My Skin, isn't it on Shudder? Not yet. It was supposed to debut soon on Shudder, but because they got a limited theatrical release, then it's on Shudder. I looked on Shudder and didn't see it. Don't worry, dude. Wait until it's on Shudder. Don't put any effort to see Skin of My Rink. Just watch it whatever the easiest way possible when it comes out later. The Hardys, but I know they're and Demolition, the Killer Bees. Yeah, the Hardys ain't going in, dude. Not after all that shit they just went through with him. I mean, maybe later. It's got to be you got to wait a little bit and get Stink off. Why is there a 4K to Maniac Cop? But there is. I think a different company owns the rights to them or something. I don't know, because didn't Blue Underground have them for a while? Brooklyn Brawler should be in as well. Guy was in the WWE for like 32 years. That doesn't mean he was good. He was the jobber extraordinaire, man. If they put fucking Brooklyn Brawler in there, everybody's going to be in the Hall of Fame. After the Jeff Hardy Sting match, Jeff is lucky he even has a job. Yeah, I know. Everybody keeps hoping the best. He's such a good talent that they want the best for him, that they hoping that he's going to turn the corner and stop the drugs and stop all that shit. And then he does for a little while, and then he always goes back to them. Before I think is going to retire. Who you think's going to retire? I don't know. All right, so we'll watch the Rumble. Hey, they haven't announced a match for Charlotte, have they? She's not going to fight Sonya at the Rumble, is she? So what are the matches at the Rumble? Have they even announced any matches? What matches do we get at the Rumble other than the 2 Rumble matches? Matches. I don't even know what matches there are. Other than we got Roman and Owens. And what else is it? Let me look on the WWE site. I agree with that. You can't help somebody who's willing to help themselves. They try, man, and then he just keeps failing. Please no. Did you see that shitty list that I brought up earlier, like a couple weeks ago, where it was somebody supposedly leaked it, and Stone Cold was supposed to fight Baron Corbin. We don't need that. FTR. Bray versus LA Knight. That's right. I forgot about that match. All right. How did I forget that great match? On the women's side of the thing, I think Chyna never getting inducted was wrong. Yeah, I know her porn career killed her. Yeah, I know. I think she's going to eventually get in now that Triple H is running things. I don't see a third film. Scott said it wasn't called Bloody Murder. Would you say it was called, Scott? Usually it's about 5 matches, including the 2 Rumble matches. So usually you get about 3 other ones. So that's probably all you're going to get. You got Reigns, Owens. You got Belair, Bliss. You got the men's Royal Rumble. You got the women's Royal Rumble. And you got Bray Wyatt, LA Knight. That's 5. That's usually probably all you're going to get. Because each of the Rumble matches will probably last over an hour. Like, go right at an hour. And then you got another hour to kill. So you'll have Roman and Kevin will probably go 20, 25 minutes with the intros and everything. The Bianca Alexa Bliss match will probably go 10, 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes. And then the Bray Wyatt LA Knight match will probably go like 15 minutes. Yeah, she was in DX, but I think they will induct her individually probably one day. The Graveyard Doug is what is part 3 of this awesome. Yeah, it's called the Graveyard. Yeah, of this awesome trilogy of movies. I just hope Raw 30. Yeah, is it true what I heard that they're not doing the acknowledgement of Roman Reigns that it's going to be the tribal trial of Sami Zayn tomorrow night. Because if so, then that's probably why the Rock isn't going to be wrestling Reigns. Everybody was wondering if Rock would be coming back. Maybe possibly tomorrow. I think if Rock comes on there, it's going to be a WrestleMania and he's going to cost Roman the belt. Jeff, this plane is dumb. They're playing in Bray versus Uncle Howdy. Man. Well, I heard that, but I don't know that I believe that yet. I think the 5 matches that I just told you are going to be the only 5 you get. Yeah, I know about Sunny. She's pretty pathetic, dude. I mean, she's had talk about chances, and she actually that's what's gonna fucking happen to Jeff Hardy if he doesn't quit getting DUIs and shit. Yeah, so do I. I don't think he's gonna get The Rock tomorrow night. I would have The Rock come back at WrestleMania just to mess up Roman, and then eventually have them fight down the line sometime. I don't know. So that's Saturday night at 8. I'll come on a few minutes before. I don't know whether I'll do an intro or not. Maybe I'll start 5 minutes early and come up with some kind of intro. Oh yeah, dig it. It's time for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, we're gonna watch the Rumble. Is that in the same camp or how's it linked? Yeah, I've never probably even heard of that movie. Brother. I don't need The Rock coming back to wrestle. I wouldn't mind seeing him. I just love your fucking avatar, man. That collecting hobbies, Max. I love that Alexa Bliss shot in red, man. That looks awesome. She needs to win the belt. I don't want to see Flair on Raw 30th anniversary. He's full of shit. I know, but with Charlotte there, they got to have him on the Raw 30, man. And plus, Triple H is running the show. You kind of knew he was be on there. As long as they don't do too much with him, I'll be okay with it. It's hard to believe that shit's been on for 30 years, man. What I have for dinner is basically homemade tacos. We did like a taco bar. So we got shells and queso and soft tacos, and I diced up tomatoes and diced up lettuce and fresh cheese shredded and made like a taco bar. Yeah, she didn't belong in there. She was pretty instrumental in getting the women noticed, but not for the wrestling reason. Stone Cold was working out the other day, and if you watch his videos, he's in better shape than he was last year. So if he's going to wrestle again, I wouldn't be surprised. Based on the same camp, but the beginning starts in a graveyard. That's kind of cheap. Is that available on DVD? Scott, is the graveyard? Is that available on DVD? Or I need to get that, dude. How can I have both of the other ones and not have that one? Is it called the graveyard? Anything else? Like, what's the cover look like? Yeah, the Dwayne the Croc Johnson. A great meat sandwich. Hey, I did. Would you guys like to see a funny video? Not funny, but I made Big Mac tacos the other night, and I recorded me doing some of it. And I was gonna put a video on there. Have you guys ever heard of Big Mac tacos? Let me in. I think it's on Amazon. Just the graveyard. I need a physical media release. Come on, bro. I meant treat meat. What's treat? Is that like poor man spam? He should have to defend. He should defend the Raw one night and SmackDown one night. That's what I think. Exactly. Do it. Yeah, I'll tell you about it just so you know. Have you ever heard of Big Mac tacos? So I got an air fryer for Christmas, so you can make like some crispy bread in there without making actual toast. So what you do is you get some hamburger buns, some big ones, and you roll them out with a rolling pin. and you get them real flat, and you put them like on your rack, and you can like air fry them to get them crispy. And then you make your meat like you would for a taco. And then so you can put cheese on it, like a piece of I always get like fresh sliced cheese. So you put not I don't get processed cheese anymore. Once I saw that article that says that cheese is like one processed cheese is like about 1 molecule away from plastic, and it stays in your stomach forever or in your intestines. So not to be gross, but I usually get fresh cheese or I'll get shredded cheese. So you can use either one. I think I only had shredded cheese. Then you put the meat in there with whatever seasoning you want, and then you put lettuce and you don't usually put tomato, even though you put pickles on it if you have any pickles. I didn't, so I just put tomatoes. But then you make homemade Big Mac sauce. You put even amounts of ketchup and mayonnaise, and then you put enough dab of mustard to taste. And if you want to put, you can put some relish in it to get the pickle taste. But you mix that up, and then you put that on top. So your taco shell is the toasted, rolled up bread. And then you got the meat and the lettuce and everything in it. And then you may put the homemade Big Mac sauce on it. That was the best shit I've ever eaten, man. As far as homemade, just quick and dirty, 20 minutes, easy to make. You can buy the DVD on there. What's the DVD look like? What's the cover look like? Describe it. I am going to buy it. It is. Air dryers are one of the greatest. You mean air fryers? Yeah, they are. I haven't done wings in it yet. Do you ever make wings in yours? It's pretty cool. I love how easy it is to make anything. Dude, my wife bought some macaroni cheese bites at the Dollar Tree. And I thought, oh God, it's Dollar Tree. It's going to taste bad. If you just microwave them, they're garbage. But if you put them in the air fryer and cook them in there, they were awesome. Well, I got to run. Have a good night. Hey, Maddie, hopefully you'll be back Saturday. If you don't want to watch the Rumble, just come on here and bust our chops about talking about wrestling. I love when you come by. I appreciate your chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. I always love you guys. It's nice to see some of the repetitive names pop up in here. I bought it about 3 years ago. It was $9. I had to wait 7 days to get it. What's the cover look like? I only see used copies of it. Send me the link in Messenger, Doug. Let me see it. He said, night, Maddie. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. We had some pretty good attendance the last couple of weeks. We had one point, I think we had 15, 16 people live in here. So we're getting there. I watch movies like Deadly Spawn 83 and The Pit 81. I like The Pit. The Midnight Hour, Satan's Little Helper. Orca, man, is a very underrated Jaws ripoff. It's got Bo Derek in it. Munchies is good. The Stepfather is pretty good. The Uninvited is not bad. You mean Shakes the Clown, not Snakes the Clown. And Valentine. I'm not a huge fan of Valentine. I do need to review something for Valentine's Day though. I only use copies. Send me the link, Doug. I want to see what it looks like. Night, everybody. Night, Maddie. Appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, everybody saying night to Maddie. Night, Maddie. Yeah, I mean, I've liked everything I fixed in my air fryer so far. Best invention ever. It's pretty cool. All right, before I go, I'm going to read you some of those movies that I was talking about earlier since the movie's off. So we talked about The Factory. I highly recommend The Factory with John Cusack. The next movie that I got over there is The Aggression Scale. Have you guys heard of that movie? It's basically a boy who's got some mental issues, but it's like bad guys come after him, his family, and then he turns Home Alone shit on them. And I love your Avatar too. We talked about that the other last week. You said that was Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, right? And then who you said? So Aggression Scale is another movie that I highly recommend. Really good. Got a good cast in it. I'm going to tell you the actresses in it once I find out her name. Anything she's in is usually pretty good. Aggression Scale. Maybe one day people will start listening to my opinion on movies more. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Fabian. I don't know. Here's her name right here. She's in a couple movies that I like. She's in, let me find them. She's in Teenage Cocktail. Have you seen Teenage Cocktail? That's pretty good. She's in Southbound. That is an excellent uh, anthology movie. If you guys haven't seen that, uh, and she's in that Aggression Scale. That was where I saw her for the first time. She's in John Dies at the End. That Teenage Cocktail was pretty good. She is in Sequence Break, which is I forget where I watched that. She's pretty good. She's in a decent amount of horror movies. Thanks, Doug. I'll look at that. Is a spinoff, not a sequel. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I listen. So, Aggression Scale. Look that up. The next movie is a kind of a, I call it a ripoff of. Let me get the name right. It's a ripoff of sort of movies like brain fart, Seven. It's not like Seven. It's sort of like Seven. Like it feels like that kind of movie, but it's not as good. It's called Horseman. It's got Dennis Quaid in it. I was gonna do a video where I recommended some of these movies, and now I'm spoiling them for you guys. But hopefully, if I do a video, you'll watch it. I'll read you the description. Recently divorced detective still grieving over his wife. Not divorced, widowed detective is still grieving over his wife's death. Discovers a shocking connection between a serial killing spree and the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Very underrated movie. Yep, Spider-Gwen. I remember I was talking about Spider-Ham. It's supposed to be a third one, but someone was going to be sued, so they changed it. And then the other movie we've already talked about, and it's not horror related, is the director's cut. I think it's the director's cut, or maybe it's an unrated version of the Mel Gibson movie Payback, because they totally changed the tone and the actual sequence of some of the events in that movie. If you watch that from the theatrical, and I highly recommend that. So that's like a couple movies there. Another one that I was watching that's really good, Triangle. Like, have you seen that? It's kind of like a time jump loop type movie. Those are some of the ones that I've watched lately that I would recommend. Melissa George is in Triangle. That's pretty good. And I don't remember the other ones that turn around the other way. I can't see. So that's some movie recommendations for you here toward the end. So I'm going to maybe, like I said, I'm going to probably review some of those on the channel. I can't think of what movie. It's a movie coming out in the theaters I want to see. Do you guys want to see Ant-Man? The new one of those? Have I watched Tulsa King? Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I just finished the last episode. I think I loved that show up until I'm not exactly sure I liked how the season ended. I think Sylvester Stallone was torn whether they were going to make another season or not. So I kind of understand why they ended it the way they did. But that movie is excellent. It's kind of like a poor man Sopranos with him. He's really good in it. 1201 I've seen. I think that's a movie I've seen. Yes, I've seen that. If it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a movie that I saw that's similar to that. It's not similar to that, but the title always reminds me. It's a movie called 4321. Have you guys seen that? That's pretty good. Kind of sucks what's wrong when the kids didn't go to the theaters. Yeah, I want to see that though. It's on demand. I was thinking about getting that because I got some Voodoo credit I need to use. Less likely a physical release will happen. Yeah, I know, kind of like Barbarian. That piece of shit Amsterdam. Yeah, I know. I saw that when he was filming it though. They interviewed him, and he said he didn't know if he wanted to do a second season or not. Yeah, I know. I saw they said Megan 2.0 is coming out. It's good. It was okay. Nothing great. What's the best brand of butter popcorn? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm trying to cut back, so I haven't been getting butter popcorn. I've been getting that 100 calorie per bag, like Pop Light shit. And I always, like I said, I sprinkle some stuff on it to make it taste a little better. Anthol? What is Anthol? Looks interesting. Yeah, the Ant-Man. Ant-Man is this was weird because this is the reason I want to see Quantum Mania. That's the third one. The reason I say is Ant-Man was always the one that they shoehorned in when they didn't really have a like they had a gap and it didn't have to interconnect with the other stories very much. Ironically enough, this Ant-Man is beginning the next phase of the movie. So this one is going to be more important than any of the ones before it. I still know how to watch Amsterdam. Love Christian Bale. Yeah, I heard it was not good, but I like Christian Bale too. So if you watch it, let me know. I haven't bought it because if you look like the Blu-ray or whatever in Best Buy was like $33. I'm wondering if they overpricing those because it was they weren't going to release that company. Was it? Forget who it was. Wasn't going to release some of their stuff. Are you talking about 4321? Yeah, it does look interesting. Um, that's when I saw it. I saw that cover and read the description, and then I ended up. I can't remember if I got it on Blu-ray or not, but I found it cheap somewhere used, and I ended up buying it, and it was good. A PG-13 killer doll movie doesn't do it for me. Chucky was one better. I agree, but like I said, it was really well made, and the doll was cool, and the concept was kind of lame. Uh, I think I gave it like a middle of the road. It's not terrible though. Michael Keaton was the best Batman. You're just like random random thoughts. I saw a picture of him in the Batwing with two different versions of the Flash behind him in the Batwing. It sucks that he's not getting a Batman Beyond movie. Orville Redenbacher is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna run out and see that weekend one at the theater. Um, Obviously I'm not a big YouTuber yet, so I don't have to do like everybody else and go running out. Otherwise I'd have been out seeing Skin on my Rink stink in the theater. They better not be playing Chucky versus Megan. Nobody wants to see that shit. Hey, there's a guy that's got a Michael Myers avatar, and his name is Michael Myers Knife. That's a pretty cool name. He comments on some of my videos. He's talking about that Night Court show. Um, yeah, if you guys like my latest video about where I talk about Night Court and Velma and them fucking up our childhood shows or whatever, share that video and let people watch it. I want to get people's opinion about those reboots, man. I'll buy 3 different types of popcorn just to make sure I get a good one. Yeah, like I said, I like that one once I put some stuff on it. Winnie the Pooh would be great. And Cocaine Bear is the one I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to see that damn Winnie the Pooh movie in theaters. You going to go see that in theaters? I'm a top YouTuber. I act like a top YouTuber, but the fuck if I'm a top YouTuber, dude. Nobody watches my reviews. They only watch my movie hunts. But Maddie found me doing movie hunts. So I must be doing something right. Chucky would win easily. Yeah, he's possessed, dude. He's not a robot. I did share it. I know you do. I appreciate you doing that, Scott. And you're one of my biggest supporters. I wouldn't do this and continue it if I didn't have great people like you. I mean, all of you guys show up for my live streams, and it's you bet I will. You really gonna go see that in the theater? Damn, man, you're a bigger movie supporter than I am. Megan versus Annabelle movie. Annabelle will be most likely to fight Chucky because they're both like, evil spirit type stuff. Like she's a robot. Um, what about that show where they're doing about dairy? The It prequel series. You guys think that'll be any good? I don't know. All right, well, I'm starting to get a little hoarse, man. I've been talking for over 2 hours, so you're a sucker. I read your comment. I can't help it. Same with me and them damn David Sterling box sets. I still got my pile of worst movies right there on my next to my desk with Nope and Morbius. I still see. I'm like, don't even want to put those back in my collection. But either way. I hope they do a Conjuring movie like the first one. They gave me chills. Scare. Yeah, I do agree that the first couple Conjuring movies are kind of spooky. When does Cocaine Bear come out? Sometime in February, I think. Speaking of Amityville Horror, did any of you guys buy any Vinegar Syndrome stuff because my order came in and I got some stuff to unbox on the channel. I'd been wanting to buy that Amityville box set, but I didn't want to pay like $100 and some for it because I don't need the box, the dollhouse box. They ended up having each one of those as part of their 10 for 10 sale. So I got the whole 4 movie collection from Vinegar Syndrome for $10 each. At least you aren't buying masks. Yeah, I mean, I bought a bunch of Trick or Treat Studios masks, but I haven't bought any of those masks. David Sterling keeps asking me to buy that mask from the movie. He's going to end up coming down to the price eventually where I'll end up buying it. I appreciate you, Doug. You always been a good friend on here, man. You know I really appreciate you and all your comments and your support. I have to see that It thing. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think it might be HBO Max. February 24th. I'm there to see Cocaine Bear. I'm going to go see that. And then Scream comes out in March. I'll definitely go see that. That looks pretty interesting. I like that new trailer. I think I'll be okay with it not having what's her name in it? Shit. Brain fart. They could have it where Chucky gets his blood on her and it makes her human, like where he can hurt her. Man. I don't want to see Megan turn human. Have a good night. Looking forward to Rumble Saturday. Too sweet. Appreciate you, Cody. You be safe out there. Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's my line. Don't steal it. All right, so I'm getting ready to head out, guys. I got to get up early in the morning, go to work. So I want to go ahead and close out the stream. I really appreciate all of the normal guys that came on here. We got Cody, Arturo, we got Doug, we got Scott, we got Phenom Forever, we got Maddie, who's now become a regular. We got Mr. Old School. We got Collecting and Hobbies Maximum. I'm going to miss somebody I know, but Bizarro, Supergirl. It's great to see you guys come out and support me each week. Hopefully, as you guys share the videos, I'll keep growing. I know sometimes Peter Anthony drops in here. I'm going to be doing I'm writing the awards. So my awards for my 2022 Jeffy Awards video will probably come out this weekend. I'm scared of clowns, but I'll watch them. You're funny. I haven't bought any of the Amityville horror ones. I didn't buy them either until they were $10. I bought a bunch of $10 movies. Yeah, Nev Campbell. I don't think she's going to be Ghostface. If they throw a curveball, it's going to end up being one of the girls from the first movie. Nighty night. Don't let the vampires bite. You're funny. Good night, my friend. Have a good night. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and close out the video. Anybody that watches this later, you can still send super chats or any support for the channel later. I got my stuff running at the bottom. And Arturo said good night too. Yeah, good night to you. So I got at least a Dollar Tree cheesy little small hunt. Nothing great coming out. I got a Dollar General hunt coming out. I got that David Sterling interview that I'm going to be posting this week. I'm not sure if I'll review any movies this week or not. I'll let you guys know. We got the live stream next Saturday night for the Rumble. And then I got the Jeffy Awards video that I'm editing. And I found you for some movie reviews because I think my brother watched stuff on my phone. That's pretty cool. I appreciate it. Share anything. Can't wait for the Jeffy Awards. Yeah, the Jeffy Awards is going to be my good and bad stuff of the year. I'll break out the gold jacket and my bow tie and I'll record that. I've already written it up and I've got the awards this time. I've already passed out a couple of awards because people were going to record some acceptance videos for me and they've already sent them in. So now I can edit the video. So like I said, I really appreciate all you guys that come out every week and support me. Anybody that watches any of my videos, drop a like on it, comment down below on any videos, stop by the live streams, support me any way you can, share the content, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I post new videos as always. Like I said, I love all you guys that have come on here and supported me each week. And I just messed up there he goes. And so I'm going to go ahead and end the video and just say the same thing I always do. This is JEFFMAN316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying, you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen,